Good evening and welcome to tonight's School Board Trustees meeting. Did I say that? School Board Trustees meeting, sorry. Yes, we start this meeting as we do each meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, next up we have roll call of members.
Good evening, Steve Corona from the 5th District.
Good evening, Antoinette Payne, District 4.
Noah Smith, District 3.
And Duff, member at large.
And to my left, we have Dr. Mark Daniels, Superintendent of Fort Wayne Community Schools, and Angie Fuller, Clerk of the Board, and I'm Maria Norman, Member at Large. This evening, we start with awards and recognition. Fort Wayne Community Schools Board of School Trustees appoints 2 board members to the Allen County Public Library Board of Trustees. Ben Eisbard and Martin Seifert are the current appointees. Susan Baer, Executive Director, and Jackie Fullwood, Youth Service Manager, will present their Allen County Public Libraries and Youth 2025 highlights. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having us here this evening. I give regards from Ben and Marty, who couldn't be with us tonight, but they wanted to send their good wishes and holiday wishes. They are phenomenal members of our Board of Trustees. As you know, Ben is our president. Marty is the chair of our Capital Projects Committee. They are such engaged, active members of our Board of Trustees and are such huge contributors. We are very, very grateful for them being appointees, so thank you for that. We also have at each of your seats our our winter, it feels like winter out there, program calendars, and we encourage you to take a look at that, as well as some information about Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, which I will be talking about a bit later, but I will turn it over to Jackie to talk to you about some of the collaborations and partnerships the library has with Fort Wayne Community Schools.
Hi, I'm Jackie. I am your Allen County Public Library Youth Services Manager, and I am pleased to present you a few of the library's highlights related to our youth program from 2025. Do we have the slides? Okay. I don't believe in saving the best for last, so I'm going to start off with the best, which is our library card partnership with Fort Wayne Community Schools, and it is off to a wonderful start. The goal of this partnership is to give every student in Fort Wayne Community Schools the ability to become a library card holder so that they can borrow from our broad and deep collection of materials and access our digital platforms, which can be very useful for homework and research support. The image that you see on the slide is the front of the card, and this art was created by a student from Fort Wayne Community Schools. Their artist credit is in the silver bar on the left. At this point, we have around 8,500 students enrolled, which means they either have received a new card or they've received a replacement for a lost card, and we are adding more all of the time. So if you're a parent listening and your student hasn't had this opportunity yet, please just be patient because we are going to bring it to you very soon. One of the library's most beloved and popular programs is our summer learning program, which provides support to students when they have those weeks that they are not able to be in school. I'm not going to read all the statistics on the slide, don't worry, but I did just want to point out that this year we had about 13,000 youth participants across the county, and I also wanted to point out that we served nearly 12,000 free lunches or snacks through our partnership with Fort Wayne Community Schools. In this partnership, Fort Wayne Community Schools provides the food and the lunch service through a USDA grant. Libraries provide the space at 8 of our locations that are within the Fort Wayne Community Schools district, and we also provide enhanced educational programming at those sites during the summer.
That first number, 12,967, that's a unique number, not a duplicative number?
That is the number of individual youths that participated countywide in the program this year. We have also been very busy staying connected to families and students through Fort Wayne Community Schools events. In 2025, we have visited 63 events across the district. We have connected with over 6,000 students and families and talked to them about the resources and services we can provide to their students. We really appreciate the invitations and the opportunities to attend these events and connect with our patrons and your students. And finally, for any teachers who might be listening, I promised our staff in the Rowland Center for Lincoln Research that I would say a word about what they can provide to educators. So first, they provide field trips to the Rowland Center at the main library that will get students excited about history, research, and the whole point of the collection, Abraham Lincoln, one of our greatest presidents. They can also bring some of the same information into the classroom directly to the educators and students to engage students with history in a relatable way. And they offer free curriculum units. These are created by teachers for teachers. The work that they do in the Rollins Center is really engaging and inspiring, and they're just such a great asset to the community. And now I'm going to pass the mic back to Susan, who gets to talk about the really fun stuff, which is the Dolly Parton Imagination Library.
I like to think it's all fun stuff, but this is a topic near and dear to my heart because we're talking about two of my favorite things in the world, children's books and Dolly Parton. So because of this district's real emphasis on early literacy in pre-K, we wanted to make sure we talked about the tremendous success of our now year-long launch of Dolly Parton's Imagination Library in Allen County. We brought this to the community. It's been a year ago in October of 2024, and it was brought to the community through the fundraising support of the Allen County Public Library Foundation. Their fundraising and financial support made it possible for the youth of Allen County. And if you're not familiar with the program, here is how it works. Every child living in Allen County is eligible for the program if they are birthed through their 5th birthday. And when I say birth, there are children who are signed up on their actual date of birth, which is really, really special to see. They sign up at imaginationlibrary.com, and within 8 to 12 weeks, they receive their first book in the mail, and that is The Little Engine That Could. And that book is chosen because that is Dolly Parton's favorite book. And then every month until their 5th birthday, they get mailed to their home for free an age and developmentally appropriate book. It is an incredibly special program that has been so beautifully and warmly received by our community. We have heard from so many parents and caregivers who have said how much this program has meant to their children, that their children know what it means to go to the mailbox and get a book with their name on it and know that it's meant for them, that it is building reading habits. The final book that they receive in the program at their 5th birthday is Look Out Kindergarten, Here I Come, and all the books they receive are building up to kindergarten readiness. And we have had such success in enrolling children for the program. Right now, we have 7,372 children signed up. And honestly, that slide is out of date. The number is out of date as soon as I put it on paper because I log into the system every day to get new children signed up, and it grows by the hour. And yet, with a number as successful as that, we still have work to do. The census shows that there are about 26,000 children under the age of 5 in Allen County who would be eligible for the program. So we are working on getting all those children signed up. So we wanted to make sure that your families know about the program to get all of them signed up for it. It's just been phenomenal. Just this year, the Imagination Library has also launched a program where families can opt in to have all their books bilingual in English and Spanish as well. So we encourage the school district to help us spread the word and make sure that everyone in the community knows about this incredible program. I also did want to share that we really greatly appreciate your board support of our facility master plan. We were able this year to get the permissions we needed from county council and city council to move forward with issuing the bonds that we will need for that countywide facility plan. We were able to hire architects, and we are in the early stages of that. This plan primarily focuses on improvements at some of our branches, and next year we will be getting into schematic design for that project, and we are just very, very grateful for the support that you have shown that, and we look forward to coming to the community in future years with renovated and in some cases new buildings. Happy to answer any questions.
Assistance on the capital projects campaign, because I know that the community, a majority of the people in positions of power weren't on your side initially. So thank you for moving those people to your side.
We've had some wonderful community support. Thank you.
So how do you get young people, I mean, you're saying that you're signing up people the day they're born?
Yes.
Are you at the, do you have staff at the hospital? What are we doing here?
We have a pretty remarkable marketing team that is getting the word out, but also the power of Dolly is pretty phenomenal. It's a program that has been in existence 30 years. It's fairly new here in Allen County, but there's worldwide recognition. So I think there's just a lot of name recognition to it. People have been asking for this program for years in Allen County, so there was a lot of excitement around it already. And there's just a lot of name recognition and awareness around it.
I know there was some commentary that unfortunately the governor cut funding for that. I thought I remember earlier this year, but has that not impacted your ability to provide this program to the citizens of Allen County?
So here's some good news about that. There is continued state matching funds for that program through the end of 2026. And that makes it much more sustainable for us to continue to provide it. And also, First Lady Braun, this is her signature fundraising program. So she has been quite successful to go out and fundraise to continue that state match. So we're very optimistic. But also, that local match is critical as well. And our Allen County Public Library Foundation continues to go out and find those local dollars, whether it's individuals giving $5 or local businesses and foundations giving those higher numbers as well.
Can you talk a little bit about the realities of that? How much the state matches, how much the foundation has to raise in a little bit?
Thank you for asking that. So the cost for a child to participate is $31 a year. So the state matching funds is 50% of that, and then the Library Foundation is responsible for the other half of that.
So $31, I get 12 books a year for 5 years. So 60 books for about $180. That's a heck of a deal.
It's a deal. That includes the mailing costs as well.
I didn't realize that. I knew about the program. I didn't quite realize they get a book a month for.
Yeah, there's an idea that Dolly funds all of it, and Dolly funds a lot of it, but there still needs to be local skin in the game to buy the books and the postage.
Out of curiosity, then 26,000 kids, if you were to meet that objective and goal, how much would that take locally to do?
Oh, gosh, I need a calculator in front of me.
But right now, it's 50%. You got to come up with 50% of
Correct.
$31 per kid per year.
Yes,
Okay. I'll do the math later.
thank you.
Julie's not here. She doesn't know today. I was a math teacher.
Thank you so much for your partnership, Susan. We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Next up, we have the consent agenda, which includes approval of minutes from our regular board meeting on November 24th, 2025, vouchers and payroll, the personnel report, and required disclosures. Is there a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Second.
Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Noah. So what is wrong with my brain today? Man alive. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Dr. Daniel, did you have anything to report?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we have no old business, which leads us to new business. Steve, are you up and running?
Yes.
Fabulous. Can you do item A?
Sure. It is recommended the board recognize and approve the acceptance of the Excellence in Early Literacy Award for Levan Scott Academy in the amount of $25,000. Levan Scott was recognized in late November at the IDOE Educational Excellence Gala. Levan Scott received the Excellence in Early Literacy Award, which is given to an individual school that has established strategies and partnerships to support all students in the mastery of foundational reading skills. Ashley Simpson, the principal of Levan Scott, is here along with other staff members, and we would like them to come forward. And are we going to present them with something? We're just going to recognize them. I think we do want to have at least a photo here. Congratulations. I have a question for the principal. After you win the Super Bowl here, how do you keep up the energy and enthusiasm in your building?
Yes, very, very good question, because that's the daily work of just being that cheerleader, where they see that our administration team we're coming alongside them to help do the work, be a sounding board, being in the think tank together, and really just being that cheerleader and just encouraging them and affirming them that if we do it, stick to the plan, we'll keep getting the results. And that's all about students being able to come to this school, learn, and change the trajectory of lives. Yep. So it's just my cheerleading squad over there is just a constant rooting each other on. Yeah. And sometimes we have to have moments of just connection to say, hey, we're feeling the struggle. It's okay. Let's feel it together and let's get through it together. So also just really being aware of our emotions and how we're feeling in the work. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
If someone came to you and said, Ashley, what did you guys do to accomplish this? What would be 2 or 3 things you would say or advise other principals to say, this is how we got here and this is how you could do it as well?
Yes, it's systematic planning, and it's the belief and the hope that we can do hard things. So that's our line. We can do hard things. It's hard. We'll get through it, and it'll feel better. We'll feel better about it. The systematic instruction is what's taken us this far, where we have a plan for each grade level. We have a plan where we know, okay, this student needs this, and we're providing the intentional support for that kid. So that's critical.
I want to congratulate you all, and you and Mary as well, and you and Mary spoke last week at the Love Fort Wayne event. You did a great job representing Fort Wayne Community Schools. I want to compliment you and appreciate that, and also thank you to Love Fort Wayne as I would argue probably would say that Mary is a key, those type of partners are key to help you guys help achieve your goals and objectives. So,
Absolutely, absolutely.
that was a great event. You guys did great, by the way.
Yeah, oh, thanks a lot. Yeah, just our partnerships where we understand the vision and the mission, and individuals taking out time in their day to just be a reading buddy or be a mentor to our kids. It goes a long way. Our partnerships with just, having a coffee bar or a soda bar, just those little things, those little touches to bring a smile and to keep the joy and the momentum. Words can't express how it changes the environment to keep doing the work and pushing the work forward. So yeah, we can't do it without our village. It's not just words. I make sure that they know it's coming from the heart, that we truly, truly, are grateful for their support. Yeah.
I do have a question. How many of these early literacy awards were given out?
Just one.
Just one.
Yes.
And we got it.
State, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
to you and your team, Mary,
Absolutely.
great job. I know it takes everyone so congratulations and good work.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right.
Thanks. All right. Motion? Oh, yes, we need, is there a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Second.
Thanks, Ann, thanks, Noah. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. All right, next up we have USDA food processors. Tony, are you up?
I am. Mine is not as fun. It is recommended that the board approve purchases of commodity food products from vendors listed below in the amounts not to exceed the stated totals for school year 25-26. Tasty Brands LLC, entrees and components, $250,000. Pilgrim's Pride Corporation, poultry products, $280,000. Tyson Foods, poultry products, $300,000. J.M. Smucker Company, CN labeled sandwich products for $500,000 for a grand total of $1,330,000. These products provide child nutrition compliant items for the school breakfast program and national school lunch program at the Nutrition Processing Center and the 17 cooking kitchens from August 1st, 2025 through July 31st, 2026. Vendor selection is based on the price and published non-price factors, student accessibility, logistics, service, and credit pack compliance in accordance with 2 CFR 200 and applicable child nutrition regulations. In accordance with Indiana Code 522-1013, purchases may be made without competitive bidding when only one source of supply exists. Funding will come from the Nutrition Service Fund. And Felipe Guerra is here, available to answer any questions.
Thanks, Tony. Is there a motion on the floor?
So moved. Second.
Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Tony. Any questions for Felipe?
How many units of Uncrustables are we really getting? Maria and I are dying to know
Yeah.
that, sorry.
I am a huge fan of Uncrustables.
I won't say the number, but it's a pretty big number.
$500,000.
That's a good question. That's a good question. So for the longest time, we've had Uncrustables on the secondary menus, but now we have it at the elementary level. So the numbers have just skyrocketed. We made the decision based on the price of beef. That beef is very expensive right now, so we're trying to have something that was high protein, but also be friendly with our vegetarian students. And we just gave it a go. We had to coordinate with the nurses about the peanut allergies on this one, but it went super well. So we've seen a super increase in the amount of product that we're buying, almost twice.
Oh, wow.
So the kids like that, huh?
Oh, they do. Yeah, it's been asked for many years, and we finally gave it we got to do this.
Yeah. I will say that the ones that you get are special because I, during COVID, ate all of my son's Uncrustables, and they're bigger, and they come on wheat bread.
Yes.
And when you get them in the store, they're way smaller, and they do not come on wheat bread. So I just have to say that I'm a big fan.
We have strawberry, raspberry, grape, honey, and there's supposed to be a chocolate one, but
Honey,
Oh,
did you say?
yeah.
nice.
Yep.
That's awesome. Well, cool. Thanks for answering those questions, Felipe. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. My brain isn't working today. All right, next up we have Read 180.
It's recommended the board approve the renewal purchase of V180 for 2 additional years from Houghton Mifflin Harcourt for $533,760. In accordance with the district's focus on literacy, FWCS secondary schools will offer supplemental Tier 2 English language arts instruction for secondary students who need literacy support. Funding is coming from the Education Fund, and Courtney Lumley, Director of Secondary Curriculum, is here to answer any kind of questions.
Thanks, Noah. Is there a motion on the floor?
So moved. Second.
Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Tony. Any questions for Courtney? No? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. Next Next up, we have the High Ability Grant. It is recommended that the board approve the acceptance of the 25-26 High Ability Grant from the Indiana Department of Education in the amount of $221,964. Fort Wayne Community Schools receives funds through the High Ability Grant to support specific academic programming for students in grades K through 12 who have been identified as having high ability in a particular area. Services are designed to engage students in accelerated learning experiences that prepare them for emerging careers and educational opportunities. Funds from this grant provide school year and summer programming for identified students, materials and screening and assessing students for identification, and support the High Ability Coordinator position. And Courtney Rupert, High Ability Coordinator, and Kim Brooks, Federal Programs Director, are available to answer any questions. Is there a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Second.
Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Noah. Any questions for Courtney or Kim?
About how many students do we have in this grouping?
Right now, we have just over 3,000 students who are identified as high ability.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And can you do the next one?
Hold on a second. My assistant is not. It is recommended that the board approve the acceptance of the Title I Part A Basic and Neglected Grant from the Indiana Department of Education in the amount of $14,168,099.15. A school building's eligibility for Title I services is primarily based on criteria related to the family income. FWCS determines target area based on the number of students receiving free or reduced lunch and/or direct certified government benefits. In 2025-26, Title I services support 32 FWCS elementary schools. Services include literacy instruction, intervention support, after-school tutoring, summer programming, family engagement efforts, and preschool. Students who receive free or reduced lunch and live within FWCS Title I school attendance areas but attend non-public schools are provided supplemental instruction through a resource teacher, a tutor, instructional assistant, or service provider. Additionally, FWCS students who are experiencing homelessness and students who reside at Crossroad Children's Home, an institution for neglected children, receive supplemental educational services through Title I. And Kimberly Brooks, our Federal Programs Director, will answer any of your questions.
Thanks, Ann. Is there a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Second.
Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Noah. Any questions for Kimberly? How many homeless students do we have in the district?
I don't have the exact number as of right now, but I know typically we end the year close to about 1,000 or so, or a little over.
Okay, thank you.
And right now, all 32 of our elementary schools are Title I designations?
32 of the 33,
Okay.
so all but one, yeah. And their answer is 2.4 million. That's your 50% for the Dolly Parton Imagination Library.
Okay.
Yeah.
Math back there.
And then we just have elementary at Title I, no other schools?
Currently, yes.
Is that the capacity of our Title I? Is that our Title I capacity 32, or is there a magic number to that, or?
No, there's no cap necessarily on it, but it's based on our poverty rates within our schools. So right now, our elementary schools are the ones who are qualifying for the services.
All right, any other questions? Thanks, Kimberly. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Item F, Steve?
It's recommended the board approve the acceptance of the Title I Part D delinquent grant from the Indiana Department of Education in the amount of $146,862.81. The Allen County Juvenile Center and Lifeline Youth and Family Services Department organization received funds through that grant to support instruction and transitional services for clients or students who reside in the above-mentioned facilities. Instruction is designed to sustain academic growth during residency and to close the achievement gap. Credit coursework, toward graduation, credit recovery, and/or support for transition services are available. And Kim Brooks is still here to answer any questions
Thanks,
about this
Steve.
grant.
Oh, thanks, Steve. Is there a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Second.
Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Tony. Ann, you're on it today. Any questions for Kimberly?
How many students do we service at these facilities?
Again, that's a number definitely that fluctuates depending on the number of students who have gone through the adjudication process. So I would say on average, about 50 or so at a time for ACJC, much less for Lifeline, but again, it just depends upon incarceration rates and such.
Where's the Lifeline at physically?
Good question. It moves. They have a main facility, but they service students in different shelters and housing campuses, if you will, throughout the city. So I'd have to get the exact address for you.
That's why I was just curious. Do you think it's somewhere like 20 or 30 at that?
For Lifeline?
Yeah.
Throughout the year, yes, but at any one time, there could be 3 kids who are being serviced, it could be 5, but by the end of the school year, typically about that many.
And so 50 for ACJC, that's for the full year, or is that at any one time usually?
It could be that many at one time, but throughout the year, like I said, it fluctuates.
I had a question for Rosie on this. Do we support, is the total cost of the program in excess of the grant? Do we support it with other funds?
Youth Life, yes, we do, with some education
At
funds.
ACJC, yep, the teachers and
Yes.
such. Yeah.
So what is the total cost of the program, generally, about?
I don't know that
200,000?
information for,
Oh, yeah.
oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is just the supplemental piece that for this grant that supports additional tutoring or with the students.
So if we would, what were the approximate number of students in a year? They may not be doing, is it 50? So is the number that's cost about $350?
I would say it's higher than that. I can get you the exact dollar amount.
So we do get other funding to support this program, and this is just a supplemental grant? Is that what I heard?
This is a supplement, the Title I supplement to the education fund. The
Okay.
education fund is what's paying for ACJC,
Most of
Youth
that.
Life, and all of that.
Okay.
And this, I don't know if this is a question you can answer, but because in both of these, it's pretty transient, they're not there for the whole year, and some of this grant is going towards credit coursework and graduation and credit recovery, what is our follow-up with those students once they move from those placements to other placements, and are these funds used at that, or they just transfer those services to a different?
Right, into the,
Grant or-
yes, so that is a part of it. So we do support transition services with one of the staff members in particular. That's a part of her role, is to make any connections, especially if it's a student who is going back to a home school. You know, so they're, part of her responsibilities are to make that connection with the school, with the counselors, with families, to make sure there's a plan for the student once they leave the facility. And, you know, in the effort to try to make sure they're graduating and graduating on time. So we also have a case manager who will support students even on weekends and in summertime, and working with their families, trying to help get them on the right track so that when they leave the facility, they're set up for success.
Great, thank you.
So other than our education fund or complexity dollars, is this the only funding we get to support these type of students? So roughly on average, under $2,000 a year for some of our most complex students, probably?
Yes, and we had a slight decrease this year in the amount. It depends on their count from year to year, and that's
Sure.
what determines the amount of money they get, so.
So it does fluctuate with the number of students we serve. And while this is coming from the IDOE, is it Title I, that's really federal dollars, right? That are just
Correct.
passing through the IDOE?
Correct.
And as the Secretary of Education, Dr. Jenner's requested for those funds go right to the state, has that been adjudicated, do we know?
I have not heard that myself.
She
Not,
requested the funds to not come from DC, but just give the state the money and they'll adjudicate it out, thereby seemingly eliminating the title.
I know there's been discussions about all of that, but I don't know that anything has been set in stone, and most of that, I believe, is affecting the other title grants.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Thanks, Kimberly. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. I don't even know who read that. Was that Steve? Tony, can you do item G?
Yes.
Thank
It is recommended that the board approve a contract and amendment with Jace Electric for technology conduit infrastructure installation at the Transportation Center. The original RFQ was received on October 9th, 2025 for $149,975. Quotes were solicited from 3 vendors known to provide the required services pursuant to Indiana Code Section 52283. When fewer than the required responsible and responsive quotes are received, the purchase may proceed under the Special Purchase Authority in Indiana Code Section 522.1010. Only one proposal was received. An amendment to the contract of $8,350,000 to expand the scope of the work is also recommended for approval for a total contract amount of $158,325. The Transportation Center Technology Conduit Infrastructure Project is funded through the safety referendum and is within the program budget. Heather Krebs, Facilities Director, will be available to answer any questions.
Thanks, Tony. Is there a motion on the floor?
So moved. Second.
Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Tony. Any questions for Heather?
Were you disappointed in the fact that you received only one proposal?
Not for electrical, no. Right now, there is a labor shortage with especially electrical contractors in the area due to some other larger projects that are ongoing. So we are seeing certain trades that are pretty crunched right now, so it was not surprising to us, given the timeline and the scope of work.
They've done work for us in the past?
Absolutely.
Any other questions? Thank you.
What other trades are you seeing shortages in?
We're seeing shortages, continuing shortages with masonry contractors, and we're also starting to hear some rumblings about framing and finishes contractors going into the new year. There's a large project going on kind of southwest of town that seems to be captivating everyone's attention right now.
Nice. Yeah. Anything else? Thanks, Heather.
You're welcome.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. Next.
Recommend the board approve construction contracts for the following: bleachers equipment at Shawnee Construction for $917,200, Monkey Park renovation addition, Shawnee Construction $2.3 million, Wayne site improvements, Brooks Construction $6 million and change. The bleachers equipment project includes replacement of gym bleachers at Portage, Jefferson, Northside, and Snyder, and the installation of ice machines and washers and dryers at Keekeyoung and Portage. This project will be funded through a combination of 2024 general obligation bond and operation funds as identified in the 2026 capital projects plan. Monkey Park addition and renovation project includes addition to the renovation of the office suite, renovation of the student and staff restrooms on the first and second floors, and improvements to the media center. The project will be funded from the 2020 schools building basic renewal restoration and safety project bond funds. The lane site improvements project include parking, bus lane, student pickup, drop-off line, miscellaneous concrete replacement, asphalt mill, and resurfacing, site lighting, and stadium site improvements at Wayne High School. The project will be funded through a combination of the 2020 school building basic renewal restoration and safety project bond and 2024 general obligation bond funds. And again, Heather is here to answer questions.
Thanks, Noah. Is there a motion on the floor?
So moved. Second.
Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Tony. Any questions for Heather?
So this means Wayne's about done with remodeling? And no, it looks great, everybody said, but I'm sure they're ready to catch your breath from all that.
Fingers crossed, this is our last major project at Wayne High School, along with some projects such as terrazzo refinishing that we're finishing up this summer.
And so will they get new ticket huts or?
There will be a new entrance to the stadium that will have a new ticket booth, as well as an entry archway, ample space for the open gate, so everyone can be scanned through security on the way in, and clean that up quite a bit.
Great, good to hear. Other questions for Heather? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. It is recommended that the board approve the purchase of the annual fire alarm inspection from, is it Siemens? This is a 3-year agreement. Total is $219,844. In the proposal, you see the price per year going up just a little bit each year. The 3-year agreement begins January 1, 2026 and will end December 31, 2028. Siemens was the lowest of the 3 bids received. Funding will come from the Operation Fund, and Pete Smith, Director of Maintenance and Operations, will be available to answer any questions, except for I don't see Pete, so I'm assuming that's going to be Darren. Thank you. Is there a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Second.
Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Noah. Any questions for Darren?
Take it easy on you tonight, Darren.
Nice. All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? It is recommended that the board conduct a public hearing and approve an additional appropriation in the amount of $3 million for the 2025 Operations Fund appropriation and $5 million for the Education Fund appropriation. The notice for this additional appropriation was properly advertised on November 19th, 2025 in the Journal-Gazette. Approval of the additional appropriation in the Education and Operations Fund authorizes the 2% wage increase and helps support the associated pay adjustments. We are now ready for the next step in the approval process, which is this public hearing on the appropriation of the proceeds of the Education and Operations Fund. Upon conclusion of the public hearing, the board will vote on the 2 resolutions. Resolution 1 being the appropriation of the proceeds of the 2025 Education Fund, and the resolution of approving the appropriation of the proceeds of the 2025 Operations Fund. At this time, all interested parties are entitled to present their testimony regarding the appropriations, and Rosie's here to answer any questions. I'll go ahead and take a motion. Do we need a motion?
Move we approve.
Yes, I've got it in there.
Motion? Yeah. Okay.
Are you taking 2 or 1?
I move we approve both recommendations.
And I'll second that.
Okay, thanks, Noah. Thanks, Ann. All those in favor of approving resolution, oh yeah, we need to close it, sorry. Anybody? Okay. Seeing how we have no commenters, the hearing is now closed. And there is a motion on the floor to approve both resolutions, appropriations for the 2025 Education Fund and resolution for the 2025 Operations Fund. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay.
We recommended both, and we voted on both, right? So we good, or do we need to?
She read it both.
I read them both. Okay, fabulous. All right, that brings us to the end of our agenda, and we have no reports this evening, so that brings us to board member comments. Steve?
You're starting.
Oh. Steve?
I heard Ron Sandlin Friday talk. He's the Chief Innovation Officer for the Department of Education. And they have added another round to accept public testimony on, I think it's a school accountability. So we have some additional time. one of the things he talked about was that as a part of what they're doing is that they're creating a fund to solicit proposals from local school districts, which is somewhat new and I think unusual for school districts to be applying for innovative programs. So for entrepreneurial districts like Fort Wayne Community Schools, I think this is a real opportunity for us. I think it's a $25 million pot. And so I think we need to take a look at some things that we do that maybe we'd like to take to scale and propose that we do it in additional schools. So I was kind of interested in that because, you know, I came into that meeting thinking that they were going to show this money to some of their pet projects like micro schools and some other things, but clearly they're going to be open to other ideas. And so I think we need to take a close look at that and see what the heck Ron would like to buy with his little pot of money. It wasn't on the personnel report, but we're losing a valuable person in our district, Renee Sloan, who has been managing Sodexo services here for us for, I don't know, 10 plus years? How long? 13. She says she's retiring. I don't buy that. I'm not sure exactly what she's going to do. I know she has at least one out-of-town grandchild that probably is going to get more of her attention. But Renee, I just want to say, and you have your successor that you need to introduce, if I might allow, Madam President, if you could go to the microphone and introduce that person. But, you know, we hired Sodexo to help us with cost and at the same time make sure that our buildings remained in great shape, and they have been that way. And so we appreciate your leadership. And who is this young man standing next to you?
This is Ryan Kosmarski, and he comes to us from the University of Southern Indiana, and I've been spending about 3-4 weeks with you now, and I'm sure you'll be in great hands. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to take a second and I appreciate you guys all welcoming me with open arms. I actually grew up in Granger, Indiana. I graduated from the Penn Harrison Madison School Corporation, so please don't hold that against me. It was a great place to grow up. I lived in Evansville for about 15 years. I have about 12 and a half years of facilities background, and then the last 2.5 years of my residency at the University of Southern Indiana, I was in risk management. So Sodexo's been great so far. I'm really excited to get started. Renee's been great. I got some really big shoes to fill, but I'm really excited for the opportunity. So I appreciate each and every one of you in this room and looking forward to it.
Well, welcome back to the better part of the state.
I don't know, just let us know.
That concludes my comments.
Tony?
I just wanted to congratulate a couple of our students. We have so many talented students in our district, but one, Sawyer Titman from Snyder High School, who was one of the top 5 for the Colts Man of the Year, and then also Tylen Zyrath at Wayne High School, who was the Colts one of the finalists for Women of the Year. So I wanted to extend congratulations to those 2 students.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you to Renee, too, as I got to know you, Steve. As he said, engage you guys, and you represent Sodexo very well, and I always encourage vendors to look at Renee as a guiding light and a beacon of what a vendor relationship is. It would be great to have with Fort Wayne Community Schools, so thank you for your time with us, Renee. I will jump into the other one that we think is definitely his last meeting, because he's going to retire, is Jack Bird. Jack, I personally want to thank you for your service to the district and the support of me and my fellow board members. So thank you, Jack.
Did we approve that?
That was a while ago.
Apparently so. And, I serve on the board of the Indiana Coalition for Public Education, or ICPE, and we have a couple new board members, one Phil Downs, and then Jim May, who is a Carmel dad. And recently they created a 13-question funding survey and emailed it to the superintendents of all 290 of the traditional public school districts in our state. And by the deadline to return the survey was November 6th. And 148 of those districts, or 51%, actually responded to the survey. And the survey was based on how Senate Enrolled Act 1, or the tax relief bill, affected their districts. And to me, the fact that 51% responded to a survey isn't like the normal going rate, you're lucky to get 20%, is telling that all these districts are in crisis mode now. Most districts reported that imminent or ongoing staff and service cuts warn of worsening crises ahead. 99% of the school corporations face negative impacts from Senate Enrolled Act 1. 65.3% of the school corporations have already reduced or committed to reducing support staff. 55% have reduced or committed to reducing teaching staff, and 40% have reduced or committed to reducing facility improvements. Over 90% of school corporations are at least considering each of these reductions. And one of the quotes I thought was interesting from Jim May, who did the survey, or co-did the survey. Every parent across our state should pay close attention to exactly how little Senate Enrolled Act 1 saves them on their taxes, and then ask if that's worth damaging not just their children's future, but the future economic health of our state. I think the survey, the results are on the ICPE website, and I think this is something that can be used at the State House to show legislators, that's not just impacting us, but it's impacting every school district, and they're making drastic cuts. So just wanted to share that information. It was in the Journal-Gazette, I believe, this weekend, and the Indiana Capital Chronicle was the first to publish the results. So I'm just kind of proud of ICPE to do that and put that out there. And again, it's telling that, we had such a large response to the survey, because it's very impactful, the cuts that have been made. Happy holidays to everyone, and congrats on those retirees.
Thanks, Ann. Just a couple of comments. I don't know if anyone was watching the IU game. Probably not. However, if you did watch, we had two Northside alumni, Russo Johnstone and Diego Williams, who are members of the IU Marching 100. So they got to be a part of that historic game yesterday. So I thought that was pretty cool. And we just have a lot of really great things coming up for the district. So College and Career Success Night is December 10th at FACE. And the Arlington STEM Open House is actually tomorrow night at 6 at Arlington. The school choice lottery applications are now being accepted through March 1st. And our freshman orientations and introduction to our schools of success are coming up. So Southside on the 10th, Northside on the 16th, Snyder the 17th, Northrop the 18th, and Wayne is going to have theirs on January 7th, 2026. So lots of good things coming up. And I found all of this information on FWCS Facebook page. So if I just spoke way too fast, that's where you can find all that info. And we're going to switch it up, and I went first, and then I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Daniel.
Thank you, Madam President. First of all, Renee, thank you for your stellar service to our school district. I remember the first year I was here, that was the infamous COVID year, and you were in the buildings working side by side next to your crew, and I think that's a sure sign of leadership, and we really are truly appreciative. Also, your support of our Schools of Success initiative, hiring students to be interns, but also supporting our celebrations and being part of that. And I can even look at our blessings in a backpack and having those those fundraising opportunities, and you sitting there, being part of that. I know you'll miss that night, so those are great nights. But again, thank you. and wish you the best. And Ryan, you're right, you have rather large shoes to fill, but again, I'm sure she'll be there to assist you and mentor you at any time you may need that. Now I turn my attention to Jack Bird. So Jack, congratulations. Thank you for your unwavering devotion and dedication to Fort Wayne Community Schools. Over the past 41 years, your commitment, leadership, and steady support have made a lasting difference for our students, staff, and families. As superintendent, you constantly stretched my thinking, and together we created a strategic planning system that will hopefully serve FWCS for years to come. I'm grateful for your guidance, trust, and the opportunity to do meaningful work alongside you. Your legacy is one of vision, service, and lasting impact. And I want to remind everybody, please join us to celebrate Jack's 41 years of service on Tuesday, December 16th from 2 to 4 p.m. right here in the Grile Boardroom. We hope you can stop by to share your appreciation and help honor this incredible milestone. Thank you.
Okay. Is there a motion on the floor to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Noah. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?